What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Evil Punk here, or Nocturnal, or Rex, depending on where you know me from. In this video, I'm going to do my best to show you how to obtain unlimited power for your camp or workshops in Fallout 76. Now, this isn't any sort of exploit, cheat, or hack. This is all done within the game. All it takes is a little labor and elbow grease. Now, if you're like me, you like to have a lot of power for your camp or workshops to power all your lights and doodads, while also powering multiple vendors that are organized for what you're selling, as well as producing unlimited purified water, which, surprise surprise, costs power. Also, like me, you want to have all these items powered and organized neatly without a huge collection of noisy generators. Well, you can do it all with just one generator, and here's how. To start on the path to unlimited power for your camp/workshop, you'll need to find Poseidon Energy Plant WV-06, just south of Flatwoods, which is just south of Vault 76. This area also functions as a workshop which can produce fusion cores and lead. If you're planning on using this workshop, it's best to claim it before you start completing the objectives and the powering up event. I completed this event once with the intention of using the workshop, but did not claim it before I started, so as I was finishing up the last step, someone else had come and claimed it. Once you're at Poseidon Energy Plant, the Powering Up Poseidon event will trigger if it hasn't been completed already. If it has, you may need to server hop a few times to find a server where the event hasn't yet been completed. I noticed that on Xbox, the power plant is usually not powered up yet when I arrive, but on PC, I usually had to server hop once or twice to get the uncompleted event to trigger. The first step in completing the event will be to repair the cooling towers outside of the plant itself. It's important that you start with these, as the last step in the event is done inside the plant, so it just makes sense to finish the outside stuff first. It's also not a bad idea to pop some Rad-X and have some Radaway on hand. You can find a hazmat suit somewhere on the roof of the power plant, as well as some damaged ones inside. To repair the towers, all you have to do is go around and find the black and yellow caution sections of the pipes, as well as some control panels. The pipes and panels will have sound and visual cues. The pipes will be erupting small steam clouds and making a loud steamy sort of hiss, while the control panels will make an electric malfunctioning sort of sound and make a static shock sort of visual effect. And now, it's not a bad idea to go around and thin out the scorch before completing this step, since there are plenty of scorched around and they do pack a sting, especially if you're at a lower level. Once you've repaired all the parts in one cooling tower, you will have to go to the adjacent tower. There you will repeat the same process as before, and when you've repaired nearly all the parts, objective markers will appear on the remaining parts that still need to be repaired. I found that the objective markers aren't always accurate. Sometimes it will mark a pipe that's already been repaired, or it will completely miss a pipe that still needs to be repaired. Other times the markers will work fine. After completely repairing both cooling towers, you can enter the power plant from inside either cooling tower. The entrance shouldn't be hard to find. It will be a long catwalk around mid-level of either cooling tower, leading to the only door within the cooling tower. Upon entering the power plant, you'll likely be faced with some angry scorched. After dealing with them, you can walk down the long corridor. You'll notice a door adjacent to the one we just entered that will only lead to the adjacent cooling tower, so we can ignore that. Following the corridor, we will find a ramp that goes downward, and on either side will be an objective. I like to start on the east side, which is the generator room. Repairing the generator room will be the same process as the cooling towers. Look around and repair the black and yellow caution pipes as well as the control panels. Just as before, once you're nearly done, the remaining parts will be marked. This room will be filled with scorched, especially around the higher catwalks, which can make them difficult to spot. For this reason, it's a good idea to follow one of the catwalks up and start at the top. In this room, there will be 3 large generators, each with 2 to 4 control panels connected to them. There will be one large generator to the south, one in the middle that's higher up, and one to the north. Again, each of these generators will have 2 to 4 control panels connected to them, as well as the caution pipes sort of connecting in between them. This isn't the only area in the room where you'll have to repair the panels and pipes. On the ground floor there are some more control panels as well as the black and yellow caution pipes, so it's important to keep an eye out for those. Like I mentioned earlier, once you're sort of close to completing this room, the remaining parts will be marked with the objective markers. Once everything in the room is repaired, the objective will complete and we can move on to the reactor. Since we entered this room facing east, the exit will be on the west side of the room. That will lead us back to the corridor we entered from. Alternatively, we can follow the catwalks to the upper level of the room and exit west that way. This will lead us to the exact door we will need to find. To enter this door, you'll need to hack a level 0 control panel. If you're bad like me and want to avoid getting locked out of the terminal, just exit the terminal after your 3rd attempt. This will reset your attempts back to 4. Once the terminal is successfully hacked, you can select an option that will open the door for you, and the door is on a timer, so once it's open it will shut again, but since the terminal's already hacked, you'll be able to open it again, and upon entering you'll find the situation the same as before. There'll be a room full of scorched, where it's a good idea to clear them out before you go around and start repairing things. You can repair them along the way, but it's a good idea to start around the top area because the scorched can spot you through the catwalks, and it's just easier to start from the top area. There is a console that is in the middle of the room on the circular catwalk around the large reactor, and then after that there are pipes and consoles along the ground floor of the room, as well as the upper levels of the catwalks around the corners and sort of along the walls. Along the catwalks there's also this large pool thing where you'll have to press the button on either side that will extend the bridge and you can walk across. Once everything in this room is repaired, the objective will be completed and we can exit on the east side of the room on the sort of mid-level catwalk through the exact same door we entered through. And to open the door you just press the little button beside it, and just down one level of the catwalks you will find the final objective, which is the control room where you'll have to restart the systems through the terminal. To get the rewards for this event, you don't have to be the one to reset the power plant, you just have to sort of be in the area. And completing this will give you a bunch of rewards, and the one we're looking for is the fusion generator plan, and this is a generator that will produce 100 power for your camp and workshops. It took me 3 attempts to get this because sort of in the loot pool for this there are 2 other generators, which is the large and windmill generator. So here you see the large generator, which produces 10 power, and on the right side of the screen you can see all the components needed to build it. And the other reward we can get is the windmill generator, which produces 12 power, and again on the right side of the screen you can see all the components you'll need. And then finally we will have the large generator, which is the fusion generator, and that produces 100 power. You don't need a fusion core to power it. All of the items you'll need to craft it are shown here on your right hand side of the screen. So this is the generator we're after. It took me 3 attempts to get it. I got the large generator first, then the windmill, and then this. So that being said, you may have to do the event 3 times. I'm not certain if the event is in consecutive order like that, but it did take me 3 attempts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you out. Feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future content.